me do a little bit of that. Your controller.
Thank you.
And now... Prince beat me to it. No!
Beat you to it.
That was so fast!
He beat you to
I was
it.
right there! I was right there! I literally wasted no time.
Hey, Prince.
Hi, Prince. What's up? I'm like, I got the link, time to hit post. It's already there. God damn it. Well, thank you, Prince. I appreciate it. Welcome in, Simon. Welcome in.
Hello.
All right. Are you ready for this, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's see. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Hey, Ryan.
And yet there remains so much to this case that needs to be resolved.
Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example.
Hey, Signata, what's up? So do I got
Hello.
permission to sell my world-famous Siggy Wiggy potions? Oh, boy. Also,
Sure.
this is my girlfriend, Kelsey.
Hi.
Say hi, Kelsey.
Hi.
Signata joined the other day when I was playing the Gunpla building games.
Okay. Hello.
That was fun. Also, Dave was like really happy and excited that I was playing a game like that.
I bet.
'Cause he was just like, so, when are you gonna build your first Gunpla unit, Nick?
Alright. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, before we do anything else, scooch the microphone over. Good thing I noticed that. But does she know why they call it an oven if you oven the cold food and out hot eat the food and out? I feel like I had an aneurysm reading that. It makes sense when you say it, but it's also like...
It's like, what?
Thank you. Like, I know my reading comprehension is not that bad.
Yeah, it can't be that... Mine can't be that terrible, can it?
Also me replaces 2 letters in one. I was like, but before we do... I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged.
Unnecessary evidence has
There
been
we
removed.
go again. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir.
Dick, your English is better than your Spanish.
You know, I want to say how dare you. You might actually be right. No. He's got a point. Now we can see what's on the tape to detect the bad gamers. This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the Curtin case somehow. Didn't your grandparents make a similar comment? Yeah. Like, at some point, yes, I did speak English first. But over the years, because, you know, you speak so much English, and you don't go to Spain and see your Spanish-speaking relatives for more than a decade, it's like, oh boy. Plus I started learning French, learning German, and then I learned literally nothing them.
Tell people that story of a scammer calling your grandparents.
Oh, yes. Did I tell that story?
Might have.
Okay, so there was this whole scam going around like a couple of years ago where it was like a person pretending to be like, you know, is like, oh, grandpa, help me. And then it's like, you know, why? What happened? It's like, oh, I'm in prison and I need you to bail me out. So like, hi Jammer, what's up?
Hello.
But yeah, it's like this scammer that called up and was like, hey, yeah, I'm in jail and I need you to bail me out. Give me money to bail me out. And at first, my grandfather was like, oh shit, really? So his first instinct was to call my mom, who in turn fucking woke me out of a dead sleep. And it's like, Nick, have you gotten into any trouble with the police recently? And I'm like, no, why? It's like, according to Grandpa, you're calling from prison. And it's like, no, I'm literally right here. And then my mom gets back on the phone with him, lets him know, and apparently the first words out of his mouth were, I knew his Spanish was too good.
Oh. Oh my god.
Man, that scammer's Spanish was way too good for Nick.
Damn.
Oh, boy.
I don't think the sound alerts are working. Either that or your volume's like all the way down.
Well, there's one way to check that. Here. Oh, they're just not playing at all. Great. Okay. Anyway, why are you riding the world's biggest high, Jammer? What's up?
Wait, if we have jam with Jammer... I didn't get to finish reading. Then where's our peanut butter?
Would like me some peanut butter right now.
Yum.
Okay, why are the alert box not working?
I had peanut butter on toast this morning for breakfast.
It's a good breakfast.
Yes.
So, here, one more time, I'm gonna make another, Emperor's New Groove reference. By all accounts, doesn't make sense. Literally, nothing has been touched since my last stream.
I would like to try Overnight Ove.
We made those once.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And then we never did them again.
I know that there's, like, probably overnight oats you can buy, though.
Probably, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's hard to make them yourself.
I beat Unknown in Cage, Birth by Sleep, and that boss is hard, and I beat him in 2 minutes.
Nice.
Nice.
Rock on.
It says your sound alert source is off.
Well, I know how to fix that. Sound alerts. Son of a bitch. It logged me out.
Is that why?
Probably. You son of a bitch! It logged out! Yeah. You know, I've come to really hate the, terms of condition, like terms and service conditions, whatever, all that shit.
Yeah,
I've come to really hate that stuff. Here we go, hold on.
Oh, the right poison. Oh, right, the poison.
Poison for good go. There.
I was trying to read it.
I'm working on it. There's something that I want to... Nope, that's not it. Where's the... Here, let me see if I can at least refund some points. So that way people can get their... Where the hell?
Poor Edgeworth is just stuck here wagging his finger.
What else is new? Here we go. Okay, that didn't work. God damn it. I just want to be a decent streamer, and this fucking app keeps dicking me. So you know what? Screw it. Oh, okay, well that just answers them. That just answers that.
What?
You can't refund sound alerts.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Oh, right, the poison for Edgeworth. The poison given by another Edgeworth to kill Edgeworth. That poison for Edgeworth. Edgeworth's poison.
Boy. Should have refunded them 1 point. Well, you have to refund them the entirety of their point. There's no, like, you only
Kelsey,
get one back.
what's the line? Oh, that, yes. It's not a dual screen stream unless something goes wrong.
Anyway, shall we get back to normal?
Yes.
I will have to check that again. Oh yeah, also.
Just had a fuck that moment walking down a hallway. It's quiet, too quiet, and I hear faint crying further down the hall. I turn my Hispanic ass around and went the long way.
Sorry, something my friend messaged me.
Us? Normal? What?
Us?
How come? Yeah, I finally got to that. Part in Nikkei.
Oh boy. Anyway, shall we continue?
Yes.
Sorry. Detective Gemshu, if you could please play the tape for us. Yeah, sure, thanks, sir. Us, normal, never.
No, we're not normal.
We're gonna be those weird...
Why the hell would we be normal?
We're gonna be those weird geriatrics at the hospital.
Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
It's like, come on, Mr. Nick, you need to get back to your room. I'm still young at heart. Woo!
Ah, yes. The difference between an A ass and a Hispanic ass. Presentation.
Speaking of which.
What?
Wait, actually, did I tell you about it?
What?
The game that I bought recently?
No, what did you buy recently?
Okay, so it's, again, relevant to this game. So I bought this game recently, and I bought this game recently called Guilty as Sock.
Guilty as Sock?
Yes, it's a sock puppet lawyer game.
Oh, wait, yes, you did tell me about that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you did
I really want to play it with all my friends, and honestly, I kind of want you to play it so that you could be the judge.
Oh, that would be funny as hell.
It's like, excuse me, Your Honor, I'd like to request a recess. On what grounds? That this court is cringe.
On what grounds?
It's like, I'd like to declare a recess. On what grounds? I have to take a fat shit. Overruled, shit yourself.
Overruled, go shit yourself.
Actually, no, if you shit yourself in my court, I'll hold you in contempt.
Nick, may I give a story to this? Whatever the chat's supposed to be, I suggest as being small screens like TVs and stuff.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I declare a like, seriously, it's just like a party game, and you can just, like, fuck around. Like, sure, you can win, but I think the real point of the game is just to dick with your friends.
Anyway.
Sorry. This man, it's Manny Cochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand!
Very subtle.
This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building.
Apartment building? How do you figure that?
Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed.
However, no one could find it.
Yes. Somehow, someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it. Oh, but it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went as far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it.
So my grandma was doing a thing, I don't know. She reached for a remote and pulled a bad Superman and flew out a window. She was okay.
Oh, okay.
Is this a true story, or...?
If that's a true story, then I'm so sorry for your grandmother.
Nick Kelsey, did you watch Recess back then? You somehow reminded me of that because of how the playground's government is.
So,
I watched it, see, I didn't watch it as a kid, but I watched it when it was on Toon Disney, when I was a teenager.
it's the same story about Code Lyoko, where it was only like the tail end, so I never was able to watch a full episode.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, I was deprived of a lot of TV when I was younger.
I seriously need to show you Code Lyoko. I really need to.
We'll
that was my shit back when I was 12. Rip Toon Disney, yeah. Yeah, rip a lot of things from when we were younger.
Yeah.
She was fine, nothing overly major, and she even had a cape, a blanket she grabbed. I don't know if this story was allowed. I'll go in my bucket of need. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
you can tell it. I was just wondering, is it true or not?
As long as everybody's safe, you know.
She was fine, nothing overly major, and yeah, it happened. Okay. Wow.
There we go. Okay.
I used to not like it back when I was 4 in 2004, but in 2017 when I was 17 it was awesome and I loved it. I was in 2004 I was 12. You were born in 2000, okay. I was born in 1991.
You know how I feel whenever somebody tells me it's like, oh, I was born in like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like typically whenever Soup reminds me, my friend Soup was born on the day that the original Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion was released.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like when he said that, I just felt like, return the sad.
My bones are turning to dust. I'm pulling a Thanos snap.
That's seriously how I feel sometimes. I'm just like, I don't feel so good. Sorry, shall we?
Yeah, I feel your pain. I was born in 1989.
Like, do you see them, Kelsey? They're turning to dust as we speak.
Yep. King Ramses' curse? Yes.
I still can't get over, like, I was on this stream once, we were playing Pokemon, and it was like...
Real talk though, scariest cartoon moments for you both?
Ooh,
I didn't have a scary cartoon moment, really. To be honest, I really didn't have a scary cartoon moment. Courage the Cowardly Dog never scared me for some reason.
I've had many.
And I am a big wimp, so you would think that I would have some sort of, yes, we have definitely we both have watched it.
Yep.
I watched it all the time when I was younger.
So, I've had quite a few of those, like, I'm too scared to watch this right now. For one, this is a very minor thing, like a really, really minor thing. Who remembers Jimmy Neutron? Who remembers at the end of Jimmy Neutron, there was the three-eyed monkey that was like, "Hi, I'm Paul."
Yes, you told me about this.
I don't know why, but I could never fucking look at that thing. Every time it showed up, I immediately like just went behind the couch and just be like, "Don't look at me, Paul. Don't look at me. I know you're probably friendly, but don't look at me with that weird third eye."
And then there was me who never even batted an eye at it. Paul can catch these hands. I remember the movie, never saw the series. I saw both the movie and the series.
Yeah, the series had its moments. It was great.
Yeah, the series was actually pretty good. I liked it.
But, you know, I feel like I've definitely had my fair share of, like, this would never scare me now, but, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, the one episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Well, that show scared me.
Yeah.
But that's not a cartoon.
True, but like...
I think it's because it wasn't a cartoon, it scared me more. But cartoons just, I don't know, didn't scare me.
Oh, Freaky Fred.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Freaky Fred.
Man, like, as a kid, I was just like, yeah, he's kind of a weirdo. As an adult, I'm like, okay,
yeah, there's a lot of weird...
There's a lot to unpack with this guy.
Yeah. I remember the Jimmy Neutron movie. I'm walking down the up escalator. Walking up the down escalator. I mean, I was a Cartoon Network kid, but I dabbled in Nicktoons once or twice.
Of course, yeah.
Back in the 90s, I was strictly a Nickelodeon kid. And then, in like the early 2000s, I discovered Cartoon Network and Disney Channel, so I ended up watching all three channels.
Who remembers Jetix?
Me.
Yet another thing blown to the wind.
I know.
Man, like, again, I know this is gonna make me sound like a fucking old-ass geezer. They just don't make them like they used to anymore.
Yeah, I also watched a lot of those old cartoons like Bugs Bunny, Flintstones, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and also Shaolin Showdown. So
I did watch a little bit of that.
That's another one where it's like bits and pieces, but I never watched a full episode. If anything, I was more interested in Jackie Chan Adventures. Hey, the sounds work again.
Hey.
Fuck you,
also,
sound
hi,
alerts.
Jonathan Mess.
Hi, John. What's up?
I mean, I got into being whatever I am thanks to regular show, but I gotta thank Nicktoons for my boy LT Gray.
That reminds me.
I remember mainly watching Looney Tunes and Dragon Ball GT reruns.
Ah, Dragon Ball GT. I remember for the longest time, I was like, yeah, I like this.
Wait.
Aw.
Oh, it's Blurp. It's just Blurp.
Well, at least that works.
Yeah, the honk works at least.
But yes, I remember it as like, yeah, Dragon Ball, because I love Dragon Ball, so GT was great. And then years later, I was like, yeah, you guys remember Dragon Ball GT? And it's like, that shit sucks! And I was like, oh.
I never watched that when I never watched that when I was a kid. Like, I watched regular Dragon Ball Z. Like in the morning when I was eating my breakfast before school, I would just watch Dragon Ball Z.
Here, continue the conversation because Prince just brought up a good point.
Then, and I would watch it on Saturday afternoons too, when it was on Cartoon Network. But then because what the fuck?
I don't even. Anyway. The sound should work now. Thank you, Prince.
Sorry, I just saw something weird.
Whoops. There we go. Okay, we're back.
But so because I got bullied a lot when I was in elementary school, when I thought people found out that I watched Dragon Ball Z because, you know, it's like, oh, it's a show for boys, so it's like a girl can't be watching it. So I stopped watching it.
God damn it, did the bruh not work? Ugh, and I thought I fixed everything. You saw it, though.
Yeah.
I logged back in. You might have to give it, like, 10 minutes. Maybe refresh, I don't know.
Metallica took a picture in front of the original Dragon Ball back in the mid-'80s in Japan. That's pretty cool.
I did hear about that, yeah. God damn it, these stupid sound effects.
I mean, I willingly watched PBS Kids. Oh, I did too. I also watched PBS Kids when I was younger. I loved Arthur. That show. When I watched, like, years later, I just, like, came across clips on YouTube and was watching those, and I was like, wow, this show is way more savage than I remember. Oh my god!
Sorry, I'm triple checking all my fucking sound alert shit, so
maybe it's just not gonna work today.
Maybe not. But still, at least I checked. At least it worked. Or, like, it looks like it's supposed to be working.
Because sometimes it just doesn't work. Never question Arthur.
Hey, at least it's not my fault this time.
But I fucking hated DW. Oh my god. She's such a little bitch. Holy shit.
This sign can't stop me because I
can't read. Arthur might materialize in your house, T-posing, holding a Gaga Milano watch and a potion.
Again with the Gaga Milano.
What is Gaga Milano?
You don't remember that?
No.
So back when I played the Yakuza games, we had this one conversation about this fucking brand of watch that is literally like $55 million.
What the fuck?
And it's the ugliest fucking thing I've ever goddamn seen.
Oh god. Arthur had its raunchy moments? I don't remember ever having raunchy moments aside from that one episode where DW started swearing. And they bleeped out the swearing. I have to wonder if they actually were just swearing and then they bleeped it out. Like they did with they did with that SpongeBob episode. I remember watching Arthur Word Girl. I don't know what that is. 2009 version of The Electric Company, Fetch, and Cyber Chase on PBS Kids Go. I do remember Cyber Chase. I never watched it though.
Man, I must have been quite the rebel. I never watched any of that.
DW was the embodiment of sass, can confirm. She was sassy, but I did not like her. Oh, I guess you know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Nope.
That might have been, like, way after I stopped watching PBS Kids, though.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I read this already, though.
Okay.
Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Where? There's the uncensored moment that's uploaded on YouTube where the son was rude in front of his mom in the furniture store. DW was with her grandma. Oh boy.
I'll have to look that up.
Just DW, just like, man, fuck you. And it's like... It's like apparently there was an episode of Dexter's Laboratory where they were swearing.
Yeah.
And that got just completely cut from broadcast.
Yep.
It was like, let's throw that out there. And probably some parents complain. And it was like, let's pull it back.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what was that? That bit you played just now. Please show it to me again. This car. This was something we cannot overlook. Why is that, sir? Look here, Detective Gumshoe. What do you think is important?
The fact that there's no driver. Right? Is that what it is? Or... Oh yeah, because look, the steering wheel's on the other side.
Oh, that's also a very good point, but no, not what you're supposed to point out.
Oh, okay. The flag?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's the old flag.
Take that!
This is the national flag of the Principality of Codopia.
Yeah, in Dexter's Lab, there was a swearing episode. If you look up Arthur, bleep, uncensored, that's the scene I'm talking. I'll have to do that, then. Yeah. The Sandwich Dude was my favorite character when I was a kid. Nowadays, it's the Rat Man, played by the SpongeBob actor.
The Rat Man?
Mm-mm. Kelsey, you drive on the wrong side of the world.
I swear, I hope we never have to go to a country where they have to drive on the other side of the road. Well, because I will make that mistake.
Well, it's not like we'd have to be driving.
True. Unless we'd have to.
I don't think we'd have to.
Like, you don't think that if we go somewhere, we're not going to be driving?
I don't know.
Ah, yes, let's just cross the entirety of Europe on foot. Anyway.
Well, it's not like we'd have to drive. We'd probably... I don't know.
Probably would.
Well, it's not like we'd be going across Europe.
Okay. But then how would we get anywhere?
I don't know, buses? Trains?
You don't even want to get on a bus or train.
Not by myself. Use a tour guide, too.
Yeah, but still, somebody's gonna have to be driving.
Go to Japan or the United Kingdom, they drive on the left side of the road.
And apparently also in, like, Hong Kong and Singapore and stuff like that. So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Uber exists, but, like, what if we don't need to?
Pull New York and go taxi.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what an Uber is at this point. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth, so you were here all this time?
Ambassador Alba.
Thank you very much for coming to continuing your investigation even at this time of night. If only I was just a bit tiny more careful. This tragedy would have never happened. Sorry. I'm truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Kirkus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to...
Mr. Alba, you're drunk, sir. Go home.
Would you like to put the investigation on hold for a while? Can you do that?
Wherever the glove compartment is at, that's the side of the road they drive on. Oh, okay.
That's actually very handy to know, actually.
Yeah. Excuse me?
I've heard you apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. Hey, Amatsu.
Hey, Amatsu.
Sorry that I did not get your notification until, like, Kelsey and I sat down to eat. And it's like, let me just pull out my phone while Kelsey finishes.
Yep.
Also, made chimichurri sauce today.
It was very good.
Very good. How was the rest of your stream, though, Amatsu? There. Alright. Yeah, I read that. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever.
Nice. That's good. What was that game you were playing?
the First Descendant. Right. First or last, one of the two.
I don't know that game. I only got my 2 ultimate parts, so that's good for now. Tomorrow, more grinding.
Alright, cool. Well, I'll definitely try to stop in for tomorrow.
At least we now know Pedro is with us in our hearts.
Oh yes, for context, we named one of the Gunpla things Pedro.
Oh, okay.
Because literally it was called the Pascal.
Okay. The first Jiggle
okay.
Descendant? Is that what it's actually?
No, it's just the First Descendant.
Oh, okay. But it has
Kelsey, they called First Jiggle Descendant.
You never know. But
maybe the porn parody version of it.
But it, from what Nick said, it has jiggle physics. AKA Warframe with bigger ass and booba.
Yeah, I've also heard people say it's Destiny with big booba. But yeah.
So it has jiggle physics just like in Nikke. Which my phone cannot handle for whatever reason, it just cannot handle it, so I had to turn it off.
It was just too horny for
It
your
was
phone.
too horny for my phone to handle. You read this, right?
Yes. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope that you can understand how I feel. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Bulbies, please?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true, however...
As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends?
Hold it!
Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Ah, he's back.
I forgot he was here.
He got shot in the leg.
Right! Yeah, I guess he got that taken care of. But one character in particular in the first Ascendant, her jiggle physics make no sense. In what way? But does the first Ascendant have motherfucking David Bowie as a playable character? I don't know. Does it? Second easiest way, wherever the steering wheel is at, it's the opposite side of the road where they drive. Example, steering wheel on the right side, they drive on the left. Okay.
Shifu, this way! Yo! Damn, where's Dave when you need him?
I know, right? Only.
Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned?
Yeah, David Bowie's in the game. He plays a character named Blair, if I remember correctly.
I wouldn't know. I don't play Warframe, so... Because I have to solve this case, no matter what.
The girl's name is Sharon. She's in an all-metal prosthetic body, yet her ass jiggles. And it's supposed to be made of... Okay, yeah, no, that...
Of course.
I can understand how that wouldn't make sense, then.
Of course. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so...
Mr. Lang, this is a Wendy's. Calm down.
Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold.
Lang doesn't know Chill. He does not know Chill.
He doesn't even know that he can't read. Therefore, he doesn't understand.
He can't read.
Therefore, he does not understand the meaning of the word chill.
And now he doesn't have Shinha to read everything for him because she got arrested.
Oh fuck yeah, he's really screwed now. It's like, Agent Lang, quick, read this.
I can't.
Fuck.
So Mr. Lang is TW. Well, maybe to the prince, he definitely does not like Lang. Lang knows how to sound constipated.
Right, I gotta force it a little bit more. Ah, at this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Knuckle back!
Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder.
No! Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang?
I bet he doesn't.
Wolves don't lie. I love how you both just clammed up. Gotta go. I'm gonna eat dinner now. You have that dinner.
Alright, go have dinner.
Tell us what you had when you come back. And who is it? Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Lang Ji says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself.
Wait, but she said that she didn't murder him. Mr. Lang, never mind. I don't get paid enough for this.
Maybe he lied.
You mean she lied?
What's that?
She lied.
No, I'm saying maybe he lied, and then he's just like, wolves never lie, but you just did. Lang Ji says, we all make mistakes. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask 2's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Franziska von Karma!
Huh? I'm sorry, what? I'm just gonna have a Jamaican patty and some barbecue or chicken nuggets in general.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Well, I like the sound of the Jamaican patty.
I was the killer?! Hey, wait! But that's impossible!
Yeah. Oh, no, that whip is actually quite... Ah!
Hold your tongue in that ludicrous remark you were about to make!
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am.
Why?
Why? He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give a speech. He called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases...
Wow. Really is dumb. He really is stupid.
Oy. Mr. Bo Simon, you gotta not say stuff like that, my dude. You can't be saying stuff like that, dude. Come on. Please.
Is the... I don't know what that meme is.
The Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah, what does that mean? I know where it's from, but like, what's the meme?
Don't worry about it for right now.
Okay.
And no, I'm not reading for the Twitch chat. I'm dead serious. No more of those kinds of jokes. Ahem. You moved around rather freely between Alabest and Babal, did you not?
Objection! And where's your evidence that I am the killer?
I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time.
Thank you, Prince. Boondocks named Uncle Ruckus, no relation. The one where he's in the courtroom. I guess you'll have to show that to me.
Yes, I'm gonna have to show it to you because I don't really want to bring it up on stream.
Yeah.
Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? All things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Good! Now let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee! But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her.
Uncle Ruckus is a handful. Oh no, I've seen the show. I know. I have seen the show. Don't worry, I give you the pass. Joking.
No. Don't worry about it. No more of that, please.
It's okay. He'll just show it to me later. Ah, yes, lawyer, the game. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I ran into Francisca von Karma. Bought in one of my AI bot marathons.
That definitely needs some context.
Yeah.
Anyway, she seems rather upset. Not that I blame her. I expected that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it!
Bot equals bot, I'm guessing.
I definitely still think that needs context.
Yeah, it definitely still does need context.
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
Nick, you really wouldn't like content from the Goons gaming group where they
Okay. Guys. Please stop with the racist jokes. I'm serious. This is not the place for that. I shouldn't have to say this every stream. Can we please stop talking about it before I have to start handing out bans?
There's an app I have where you can mess with AI bots, and no joke, I ran into like 3 Von Karma bots, and it was hilarious because I got them all arguing against each other. It's getting a little bit ridiculous over there, you two.
Like, I'm dead serious.
In the words of Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
Yes, really. Please. Like, oh, funny, haha, like, let's fuck with the streamer until he bans us, haha, funny. No, it's not. Like, I'm dead serious. Stop. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's just not funny. And I'm dead serious when I say, stop.
Okay, yeah, even though I made one, y'all are talking crazy over there. It's a little, getting a little crazy.
2 weeks, we're gone. And this is what we come back to. For shame.
Yeah, jeez. Anyway, Nick wanna buy a potion?
I want to buy a potion of silence on all these motherfuckers. Take this! Shall we continue?
Yes.
I guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Nah, you have nothing to apologize
It's
for,
fine,
Jammer.
because here's the thing. You stop when I ask you to, and that's a good thing.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabast yet.
If you like Kaya, then you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Karma's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm all fired up and raring to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited in. Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Pretty sure we're older than you, pal. Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go!
He really is a dumbass delinquent. Should I get my handcuffs? What?
That's okay. Gumshoe has them, I think. I don't know. If only Tats were here. Tats, do detectives... I assume detectives still get handcuffs, right? Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of the Alabas ornamental knives. And then the body of Damask II, Mr. Kashinu, I hope I said that correctly. Did you see the Street Fighter Season 3 characters featuring Kenny Omega? That name sounds familiar, but I don't think I actually saw, like, the video. I did see the characters that were gonna get released, so yeah.
I mean, detectives are police officers, so yeah, they do probably.
I don't know, maybe detectives don't. I don't know, I'm not a cop.
Did you read this?
Yes. It was found here in the Alabastian ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Primadou statue. And that this is actually Babal's statue.
What? Oh, sorry.
This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you're saying?
Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of a smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find.
I'm gonna bonk myself right now, 1 sec.
Okay, why?
Why are you bonking yourself?
Anyway, I saw the live stream, and he did live action versions of all 3 of the characters. So wait, it's Alex, some lady that I've never heard of, and like 2 other characters that I can't remember right now.
Oh shit.
Oop.
It's a little delayed there.
And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. And that's when you 2 ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry. I plan to show you that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across now.
Oh, Jesus. Holy shit.
She tried, and it didn't work. Also, Ingrid, that's it. Okay, so it's Ingrid, Alex, Crimson, Viper, and Sagat. There it is. So wait, if they put Sagat in the game, are they bringing back Dan? This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring.
Sorry, I was replying to something.
But Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. I read that wrong, but it's okay. He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring would it not be deeper than what any of us could imagine?
Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Franziska, you need to calm down.
I will not calm down!
I also have no chill! Because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of this case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I'm taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that could top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask II.
Pretty sure anything could top your hypothesis, Lang. Because your hypothesis makes no fucking sense. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis...
Kelsey, you're starting to get why I don't like this guy. I fully understand why you don't like this guy.
He's literally the guy that just shows up, says, yeah, this is what happens, and then it's like...
He's just like pulling...
Are you just wrong?
He's just pulling shit out of his ass.
And then you solve the case for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, exactly as planned. And it's like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. You had no plan in that empty head of yours, okay?
Yeah, he's... I don't know what's going on up in that noggin of his, but it's not... thinking.
And the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. Like that video that I showed you the other day where it's like, man, Homa, you really are slow. Something was said, not good, need to think. Hey, how dare you call me slow? One of Alabast's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Cochin. And the murder weapon is the killing of Damask II is Babal's Primadou statue. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. Yes, because she could carry that.
So you're basing that on the fact that she was able to go between the two countries.
Well then, sir, by your own logic, you are also culpable.
Exactly! He was able to go freely between the two countries too, like, fucking... Ah yes, Lang. Ah yes, Lang, or as us normal people call him, a mangy mutt.
If Lang
this?
is not yet.
Okay.
If Lang is a like wolf or dog, then he's definitely the one where he's definitely the one dog that's like, no, I shouldn't. He's definitely like the little pug that is just like, oh, you're cute, you know.
Does that mean technically we're criminals in his eyes?
Yeah, like,
I mean, he thinks that Francisca's a criminal, apparently.
If the list is narrowed down by people who can travel back and forth between the two embassies, then a lot of people are on the list, not just Von Karma.
Including him.
So as long as I can't...
DMs.
Excuse me. Ooh. So as long as I can't explain how the weapons were moved about, Francisca will remain a suspect. Thank you, Prince. Much better.
What? He's the inbred one?
Thank you. Better than what I was gonna say, and just as funny, if not funnier.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey. Action Tynaman. Dave's all about that. Oh, wait. Lapis. I think Dave has that character. Dave also plays Action Tynaman, by the by. Tell me I'm wrong. Nope, you're on the dot.
My god.
That's why I said, it's like, you are right on the money, and that was way funnier than what I was gonna say.
That is pretty funny.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss.
I was gonna make a Epic the Musical reference, but goddamn. My sister listens to that.
Ooh.
What? Epic the Musical.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, my sister listens to it. People say ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Ugh.
Oh, and everybody, I found a parody song of Let the Bodies Hit the Floor called I Can Only Count to 4, and it is great, hilarious.
I've heard that
I
one
can
many
only
times.
count to 4.
Yeah, it's done with Muppets.
Oh my god, you gotta show me
Yes,
that. That
I will
sounds
show it later.
hilarious.
See, I was introduced to it through League of Legends, funnily enough, because there's this one character in the game. His whole shtick is the number 4.
Okay.
Like, he can only fire 4 shots from his gun before he has to reload.
Okay.
He does, like...
Mr. Lankett definitely can only count to 4.
He can only, like, do 444 damage, like, shit like that, right? Like, everything is 4, right?
Yeah.
So, whenever I played him, all I can think of is that song, because it's like, sorry, I can only count to 4. It's like, Nick, are you coming to help us? Yeah, just let me finish counting to 4 real quick.
Fun fact, even his name is a way of typing 4.
Just Lang.
Did
I mean,
you
there's
read
4
this?
letters. Oh, yes. Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. What are you talking about?
I think he's lost sight of the entire plot.
Oh, Jin. Oh,
Ah.
did not know that.
Cool.
Well, that's just another layer to the whole, like, 4 thing that he's got going on.
Yeah.
Just everything is 4.
Wow, he would be Mista's, like, worst nightmare.
It's like, oh, you use a gun too. What's your stand? I don't have a stand. I just love the number 4.
Yeah, that would be... Seriously, would be Mista's, like, worst fucking nightmare.
4 is an unlucky number.
Yep.
By focusing too intently on which is what's right and...
You okay?
Yep. By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we've become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Ji never said anything to that effect. You prosecutor. Who do you think you are speaking about Lang Ji's proverbs like that? Ah, and his music also has 4/4 time signature, I think. That makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, everything is 4 for him. Everything.
Everything is 4.
Everything. I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will ever need to see the truth. In other words, shut up.
In other words, shut the fuck up.
Alright, I got it right here.
Alright. One of Alabast knives from... Murder, weapon in this...
Lots of songs are in common time. Yeah, and also, that was something that my old music professor used to think was actually a bad thing.
Yeah, well, your old music professor was an asshole.
He was a fucking blowhard.
He was...
It's like, ooh, all music after the jazz era sucks. And it's like, wow, okay, so I guess...
He was kind of an elitist prick.
The entirety of, like... To be fair, he might
he basically is saying classic rock sucks.
Classic rock sucks. The entire, like, he would probably even say, like, yeah, the Beatles, not as cool as you think they are, even though they were, like, a massive, like, contribution to modern, like, music as a whole, you know?
Even his music has 4, and I got 4 ads. My god, what's next? 4 emojis, 4 different people's talking, and where does the line end?
Hey, would you look at that? 4 emotes. I still love the first one. I still love that first one. I just yoinked that shit, and now it's mine for some reason.
Nice.
I was just like, oh, this one's nice. Let me click that one, and then it just became part of the channel.
Degen time.
Yep. Want to know something really funny?
What?
I commissioned Dave, like, I think 4 years ago. No, less, but still, I commissioned Silent Dave.
Yeah.
Years ago. It's like, hey, can you make some emotes for me? And he still hasn't finished them.
Oops. And maybe he forgot.
He definitely did. And it's funny because a couple months ago he was like, hey, so I've been meaning to get back into drawing, and I completely forgot that I still haven't finished your emotes. And it's like, well, that's fine, take your time. And it's like, no, I won't forget again. Guess what happened?
He forgot again.
It's okay, Dave. It's all good. Sorry. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you? Was that the... Okay. Just let me know when you need a hint.
I need a hint.
Alright, so it's the third statement.
Okay. Am I pressing anything?
Nope.
Okay.
So right now we're just figuring out...
How these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security.
Any ideas?
Wasn't it through the revolving fireplace?
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
Well, so here's the weird thing, right? You're not showing how they got over.
Oh, okay.
You're just demonstrating that a lot of things were able to be brought over between the two sides. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
So it's either either statues.
Okay.
Either of the statues because they were swapped.
I guess I was lingering on those, so I guess I was thinking that might be right, but wasn't sure.
Objection!
Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Oh. Damask II was killed with Babal's Primadou statue. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Primadou statue go? To Babal! Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched?
Subscribe to Dual Screens?
I mean, if you want to, but that's entirely up to you.
That's up to you.
It's your money, and I'm not gonna obligate you. You know?
Yeah.
Because that $5 could get you a sandwich, and if that's what floats your boat, then by all means, to be fair. Perfectly reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
No ads, sandwich. That sandwich do be hitting.
Whichever you want to do. I meant on YouTube.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. Guess so. You know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could have done it.
Except she's not. Oh, you already did.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yes, no, like, you know, I didn't think about it this hard when I first played this game, that, yeah, this guy's really dumb.
Listen, I like dumbass delinquent characters.
This guy's taking the whole cake.
Like, I like loud dumbass delinquent characters with a heart of gold, but this guy...
He's dumb to the point. He's dumb to the point where it's just like. It's like.
Because he's just like accusing people and he's just pulling shit out of his ass. And it makes no sense.
I'm gonna say something crazy right now. This man is the dark side Phil of the fucking
My
police world. This man is the dark side Phil of Interpol.
Oh my god. Lang would pick a E on a multiple choice test going from A to D. Are we sure Lang has a brain at all? I don't know. He's got something.
I'm pretty sure.
Highlight that.
I'm pretty sure you just blow between his ears. All you hear is a whistle. Dark side Phil of Interpol.
Like,
what the fuck?
Nick, I remember you told me before we started this game that I was gonna like him.
I thought.
And then.
Listen, I thought. Probably because I forgot that he was this dumb.
Listen, I like dumb characters, but.
This is advanced dumb.
Yeah, this is advanced stupid. Someone say Interpol. I hope Chun-Li Zhang doesn't show up.
I think Chun-Li would look at this guy and just be like,
I'd rather it be Chun-Li.
No. Don't lump me in with him. Just please, no.
I'd rather it be Chun-Li. She at least seems like she has a brain.
You know, it just reminds me of... So, recently, I told you about this. I've been watching this channel. I mean, I found their channel like a long time ago, but I just recently started rewatching their stuff. Oversimplified History. And I watched an episode where... So, it was almost another... It was almost another, like, American Civil War. Possibly even, like, another war between America and the British. Over these really tiny islands. Right? And, like, there was this one point where, like, they had to, like, there was this one guy who was, like, this former general of an army, like, American army, and he was just like, yes, I'm gonna use this to, like, start some shit so that I can hog all the glory for myself. And yeah, it's like, sir, why would you do this? And then it's like, well, pulls down the little white screen, and it's like, many historians still debate this to this day. It could be because I was after some type of, like, you know, monetary goal. It could be that I was trying to instigate a war so that I could, like, ride my own glory all the way to history. But more likely, it's that I'm an idiot. That's the energy that I get from Lang.
FYI about Chun-Li, she came in second place in a shooting contest in the police department of all of Japan.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's like a little lore piece.
Oh,
Speaking of which, since we're watching Ashita no Joe, are we gonna also watch the Street Fighter anime?
we can watch the Street Fighter.
Well, it's like a movie, not really an anime.
We could watch that eventually.
It's probably only like what, 90 minutes?
It would take us a lot less time to watch that. So yeah.
So yes, are we ready to continue?
Did you read this?
Oh, because the only person who went back and forth between Alabas and the ball is her.
Wait, Nick, which one? What do you mean? What do you mean, which one? Oh, do you mean like which
I forgot that there were multiple.
Oh, I guess you mean which Street Fighter movie, right?
I mean, any one of them, really.
I mean, I know there's the one where Chun-Li is in the shower.
Yes. So we're watching that one first, right?
If you want to. I don't care.
I'm kidding. God, where are our brain cells tonight? I blame Lang.
Yeah, Lang just kind of... Street Fighter Generations, Street Fighter 2, the anime movie, or the TV show?
Probably Generations or the animated movie. Or probably, yeah, probably like that. We have Bag of Vay-Hek for a Warframe. I don't know who Vay-Hek is. Lang has at least one win, the appearance. He looks cool.
That's all he's got. That's all he's got going for him.
Yeah. Too bad. That's where it ends.
Yep. You read this? Okay.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who could have traveled between the two countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Is that really so, Agent Lang? Ha 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 ha! Ah, what a lousy time to try to bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guards said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily.
Objection!
Oh, but suppose there was some other way other than using the theater doors. What other way? The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility. Looks like you got some clever idea in mind. I wouldn't know what those are like. I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence.
I'd cosplay him if I could. Like, yeah, he's cool looking, but Jesus Christ.
I can feel my own brain cells leaving my body.
Yeah, I can feel my brain cells, like, leaking out of my ears.
Fine, then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route. This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries.
Lang, what's an idea? Piece of evidence. This?
No.
Okay.
Well, think about it. It's not a thing, it's an entity.
An entity?
What did we see in the garden? Or what we thought we saw in the garden?
Oh, the Yadagarasu.
Yeah.
So this?
Yeah.
Take that!
Agent Lang, I'm sure you're familiar with this unforgettable photo. That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly! No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. And I won't allow you to take back what you've said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you'd better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Ah! How can I prove it? Who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka!
Eureka!
Very well, you will have your explanation.
The Wright brothers be like...
It's like it's not possible for humans to fly. The Wright brothers. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Again, I wouldn't know about that. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is... Okay.
Am I gonna have to go to profiles?
Nope.
Okay.
Because it's another thing.
It's another thing.
Yep.
It's another thing.
Think about it. If it's not humanly possible to fly...
Wire?
You're on the right track. I see what you're stepping in, and I can smell it. But that's only half the puzzle.
Hmm.
Need a hint?
Yeah.
So do you remember when we were in the courtyard and it was like, oh, they saw the Yatagarasu, and it turned out to just be the statues
Yeah.
casting a shadow?
Yeah. So it's the shadows casting a.
Yeah, but what do you
the
think?
Shadow?
What caused the shadow?
Which one?
Think the Alabaster statue.
Oh, okay.
You'll
How would that have?
you'll see. Because
Okay.
remember when I said you were on the right track with talking about the wire?
Okay.
Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primadou statue replica. You can't be serious! The Yatagarasu, or rather, Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Shina, was inside Babal. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Knuckle back!
Ha! Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air? Ha! And how exactly did she do that? He's literally baring his fangs at. Oh, so he's like, ha! But he has a point.
No, he doesn't.
How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Franziska was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be yet another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear the testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh? And what are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her where her side of the story is. Ha! Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth?
How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer! Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too!
I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time, which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Franziska, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case.
Alright. So, what would you like me to talk about?
I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room. Alright, let's try this your way for a change.
Mr. Lang, what game do you think you're in? Motherfucking Yakuza?
Honestly, that coat would definitely fit in.
It would, yeah.
And maybe even his hair.
Yeah.
There's some wacky characters in Yakuza.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we gotta play that together one day.
We do.
Should we start with 0? I think we should start with 0.
We should start with 0.
Especially since that's still the one that I haven't played.
Yep.
But what if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time? I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl, "No!" As you wish.
As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastan Embassy. Almost saying empire. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way toward the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
I think the reason that you keep saying Empire is because One Piece.
No.
Are you sure? Because
it's not.
It sounds so eerily close to Alabasta.
You know what? Yeah,
And I'm
maybe
pretty sure they
you're right.
refer to it as an empire.
Yeah.
So that's probably where your brain is going.
Yeah.
Franziska, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Franziska about her testimony in more detail.
So I have to press.
Let's find out. The fourth statement.
Whoops. Sorry.
Okay.
I meant to press and hit. I hit A.
I hit end! I hit end! No!
Hold it!
At that time, Damask II's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct?
That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. Or
A criminal will say anything to get out of being arrested.
Or that nose.
What do you mean? How do we know you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants.
I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Alright then, add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? And then we press this again.
When I arrived, Ambassador Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
The entrance to this room is on this side, however the window is on the opposite side. What if what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Is that not correct?
I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose.
After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. And he had obtained them himself, and is growing them with the utmost care, you know.
Yes. The plants in this room, they're all like my children.
The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully, too. All 4 of them are in full bloom. There's only 2 of them, though. The Pikmin noises.
Yes, it just keeps getting me. Miss Von Karma, what did you just say right now?
I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand?
What do I not understand? I do not understand why certain things the way it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony.
Very well. There were 4 large passion flowers in full bloom in the flower box. No, there were not! There's only 2.
Hey!
Objection!
Oh,
Oh.
Franziska. For some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence.
It does appear that way.
Ha! I knew it! I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis!
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. Ah!
All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture of Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Ha! Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The name of the flowers, I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, looks like there are only 2 here to me. See, he can only count to 4. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you.
Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already!
I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I?
Show evidence.
Oh? Yep. I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require. Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight. But I highly doubt it'll last until the end. You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence. The truth the passion flowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence.
Wait. Is it these?
Yeah.
Huh.
Take that!
Sheena, who was supposedly in the ball the entire time, had these hair sticks on her. That look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers. And so what? Is this really all that important to the case? Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Ah-yeah! Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast. But somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babal the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and the statue. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babal. How did these support sticks find their way to Babal, and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there.
Sorry, I was replying to my sister.
What's you talking about?
She saw the new How to Train Your Dragon movie, the live action one. She said she's never seen the originals. Which means she should definitely see the originals.
You also need to see the originals.
No, I haven't. And no, I have seen them.
All of them?
I haven't seen the third one, but I've seen the first 2.
And, well, I haven't seen the second. So how about we just have a marathon?
Yeah, we should.
It's like, listen, Taylor, movie night. You know what? You should totally just be like, what about movie night tomorrow?
Yeah, maybe.
So that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. It's just another stick, isn't it? And so it is. But the shape of the support sticks is what's important.
Movie night on Discord.
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah.
Although, Netflix has gotten very angry about people streaming on Discord.
Oh, really? No, I've seen the first 2 movies. I haven't seen the third one, though.
Yeah. But I've seen the first and the third. I missed the second one.
The
So,
second one is so good.
So, like, come time by the third one, I'm like, whoa, hold up. A lot of shit has happened since I was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you definitely need to see the second one.
Shit, and then there was apparently, like, a whole ass, like, TV series that's also canon.
I don't think I'd watch the TV series, but...
Oh, yeah. But when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. And the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is... So let's think about this logically. Those support sticks.
Mm-hmm.
What do they look like?
Yes.
I mean,
The-
you know,
the
they're
sphere.
definitely pointy. So now, you know, what would you use to, like, launch something a distance?
Yes. Oh, this.
Yeah, the crossbow. Yes, the spear.
You can launch a spear.
By hand.
Eureka!
That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting. I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. Ayah! I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the 2 offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all these things together.
Knuckle back!
Speaking quite literally. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. So Babal's statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes, and then shot over here? Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Prima statues don't sprout wings. Didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? The Prima statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already.
Persona 4 Revival she will play next.
Well, they did basically confirm it.
Yeah, but I want to play Golden first. Because, well, we're not getting the same voice cast back, so.
And that's going to be quite the project.
Yeah.
Like, if Persona 3 Reload took us 40 plus days, I could honestly see Golden taking us way longer.
And we'll see.
So.
Quite a sticky situation, isn't it?
Oh, something sticks alright. But also, hi Jed. Welcome in. How you
Hello.
doing, dude? I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. The Primidu statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you.
Even if you fired the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. Am I pressing anything?
I'll tell you that it's the second statement.
So I'm not pressing.
No, yes. The second statement is the one that you press.
Oh, okay.
Hold it!
But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things that they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing.
I was playing... I'm practically quivering with joy. I was playing KH1 fighting Kurt Zisa when I saw the tweets where the original cast said they weren't invited back, and I threw my controller on my bed and lost, so I got double pissed. Yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, because, like, again, it's another situation where it's like, at least with the Persona 3 stuff, they cleared it up pretty quick, that it was just like, no, the original voice cast is fine with just, you know, letting it be, and, like, that's how... you know, they want to pass the torch on. It's another thing entirely.
When they don't even get contacted.
Yeah, when there's not even a call to just be like, yo, you want to be Yosuke again, Yuri Lowenthal?
Yeah, that's kind of scummy.
I really wanted to be Yosuke again.
Like, I can't imagine Kanji being played by anybody else but Troy Baker. You know?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, Yosuke being played by anybody else besides Yuri Lowenthal.
At least she has the excuse of she had two voice actresses.
She did have two voice actresses.
So it's kind of like, well, if they change her voice actress again... But still, though, like, I don't know. If I played a character, like... Put it this way. If they ever make a fucking Miles Edgeworth anime... and they get Dave to voice Agent Lang.
That'd be pretty funny.
And then let's just say maybe, like, I don't know, 20 years down the line, they're like, okay, so we're gonna redo this. And then they don't call Dave back. I'm sure Dave would be like, man.
I'm fine with new cast members for some characters, but you can never ever replace Yuri Lowenthal as Yosuke Hanamura. I'm perfectly cool with Yukiko getting replaced, though.
Oh yeah, because wasn't she voiced by...
Amanda Windley, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Who did, like, insert herself into that whole situation, was saying a lot of really horrible things.
I know who you're saying. Or I know who you're referring to, yes.
Which sucks because, like, I liked her as Yukiko when back before I knew she was terrible. And she also played the main character in this really old show that I like, the one that actually got me into anime. It's called Amatsu knows it. It's called Blue Seed, and she played the main character in that, like, a long time ago, back in the 90s.
I still remember when we watched that.
Yeah. Except we watched the Japanese version. I
thought we watched it in English.
No, we watched it in Japanese. We watched the Omaki theaters in shorts in English.
I could have sworn we watched the whole thing in English.
No, we didn't. We watched it in Japanese. Blue Seed, oh my lord.
Doth my mind play tricks on me?
I think so. Because I specifically remember we watched it in Japanese.
Well, fuck.
Don't worry about it. It's a long story.
But it is, more voice acting drama.
Yeah, it was voice acting drama.
I said this a long time ago. I guess I have to say it again. The rest of the world's voice acting unions.
Speaking of... long story short, Amanda Windley is a terrible person. Yeah, basically. But yeah, speaking of Amatsu, I saw that video that you posted. I've been following that whole fucking thing, and Jesus Christ. Nick put it perfectly. Everybody in that situation who was just being horrible is an idiot.
Like, I know you guys were talking about it for the longest time, and like, me personally, I was just of the mindset, it was like, okay, maybe this is all just some crazy misunderstanding, because I don't want to make a snap judgment, because I'm not like, you know, I'm the kind of person that just says like, I'm not making any decisions until I see the receipts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this video may as well be the receipts. So now that I saw that, I was just like, these people are stupid.
Even though I was explaining, even after this, the stuff I explained.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Except, like, back then, we still didn't have the full story.
And that's exactly it. Like,
Yeah.
It's not that I wasn't listening to you, it's that, like, when you told me, it's like, I saw this TikTok video, or I saw this video, and I was like, see...
It wasn't a TikTok video, but...
Well, still, it is like, see, though, like, it's still so early on that I just can't help but feel like there's stuff that we don't know yet, you know?
Yeah. I want to be a voice actor because I like being creative and performing, so Siggy Wiggy plus voice acting equals happy Siggy. Like, trust me, not every voice actor is terrible, but it just seems like lately, in more recent years, it just seems like a lot of English voice actors, especially for like anime and video games, are just really terrible.
They just keep getting themselves in trouble.
Yeah.
And over really stupid shit.
Lays down near toilet, turns on phone. Pay attention to me, I'm sick. I want to voice my opinion.
Yeah, okay. I fucking heard about that through Amatsu, and
I saw that video.
So hold on, actually, my brain jumped. Not Amatsu, but like I turned on Tats's stream one day, and I heard him say that, and I was like, wait, what? And then that was just confirmed right now with Amatsu. Like, something in my brain just clicked, and it's like, I'm sorry. This lady fucking took out her phone
Yep.
while she was near the toilet
Yep.
to make a video.
Mm-hmm.
And yet she's surprised that people aren't taking her seriously.
I don't know about these people, man. And then they all left Twitter to go to Blue Sky because Blue Sky's a fucking echo chamber.
Again, like I said, it's only when you surround yourself. Hi, Mike, what's up? Sorry,
Hello.
but tonight's the night to just ramble, it seems.
Karina was never supposed to be taken seriously even before all this crap. No, yeah, because honestly, I had come across her on TikTok before, and I just looked at some of the videos and I was like, what the hell is this person's problem?
Just tonight? No, I guess not. I mean, what else do we do on this stream except this?
Yeah, we yap. We do a lot of yapping.
Yap, blah, 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 blah.
But you know, this is like something. This is something to talk about, you know?
Yeah. Because then otherwise, we'd just make too much progress.
Yeah, right? But hey, yapping is always fun.
True. That's why I do it so much.
It is fun.
And like, once it's been like, it's over, it's done, we've got it all figured out, and like, I tuned in and watched the video, I was like, all right, yep, I've got a pretty good grasp on what's going on here, and I don't like any of it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
To use another Ren and Stimpy reference, no sir, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. People act like they act like morons. Anyway, I'm head out. Yeah, so much I disappear into a black hole.
All right. Well, Sig, thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Have fun in the black hole. become spaghetti.
Become spaghetti.
Yeah, it's just, it's such a wild situation, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Because again, it's like, oh, we're lobbying to, like, get better pay for voice acting. You know what helps getting paid for voice acting?
work
Actually doing the
voice acting. Actually going to work.
How about shutting your mouth until you have to open it for your job?
That's why I just ended up. I actually switched over to the Japanese audio in Nikkei. I mean, I was gonna do that. I was actually gonna do that anyway because I wanted to hear what the Japanese version sounded like, but
forced my hand.
Rappy's voice actress basically gave me an excuse to do that. Wait, who's gonna voice Adachi?
That's actually a really good question. Who's it gonna be? Ah, shit.
Who's gonna voice Adachi and the main character? Because Johnny Young Bosch played both of them.
Yeah, shit.
Basically, yeah, I know people hate this guy, but take a look at Johnny Young Bosch. He never said a word about the strike. No, because he's actually professional.
He's professional, and he probably, like, put it this way, even if he didn't immediately sniff out what their, like, issues were, he probably was just like, nope.
Yeah. Like, there were definitely a lot of voice actors that were just pretty silent through the whole thing. Probably because they might have been getting threatened.
Either that, or like, and again, this is the other thing that I didn't, like, immediately get from what you were, like, when you were trying to explain it to me, but was explained in the video that Amatsu posted.
Yeah.
So the Afro strike was, like, a thing that's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
That this group just kind of amorphous blobbed into.
Yeah.
To try to, like, bring their own movement, like, along for the ride. So, like, they basically jumped on their back and said, hey, carry us.
Yeah.
Which is, like, that extra layer of scumbag now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like they're so unconfident in their own, like, movement that they have to latch on to something else.
Yeah, they had to completely take over another strike. I mean, they're what they're doing wasn't even a strike to begin with, though. A lot of the voices in Persona 4 are iconic, especially PS2 Chie.
I'm not gonna lie.
I loved Chie's original voice.
I do too.
To be honest.
Like, when I first heard it, like, it's probably not that big of a deal, but I remember hearing her golden voice and I was like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just not the same.
Like, I watched a whole playthrough of Golden years ago, and I got used to Chie's voice in that game, but it wasn't the one that I heard first.
Yeah. You usually latch on to the first thing.
Yeah.
You're like a bird hatching from an egg.
Yep.
Mama?
Anyway.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. Now, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now, not for the discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions.
The biggest change is Chie Blaze Blue tag.
Wait, what?
Is her voice different in that? Because I know there was a fight. I know there was a fighting game.
Yeah, Blaze Blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so so that's 4 voices she would be having.
Oh, damn, wow. When I played P4 for the first time, I actively chose the PS2 version because of Chie, and it was harder.
Yeah. I remember my first time playing Persona 4.
I never got past... Like, I tried to play it twice and just, like, kept forgetting to go back to it.
See, because I got away with bullshit in my first attempt at Persona 3, because, remember, I spent practically like 90% of the game...
Oh yeah, because you didn't fuse any Persona.
Listen, I just, like, I was like, you know, I'll fuse them eventually. And then
you didn't.
And then I beat all 12 of the full moon bosses.
With just Orpheus?
No, like, I did, like, bring on some of the other personas. Like, ooh, this one. Ooh, this one. Ooh, this one. But, like, I barely visited the Velvet Room. I never even thought to register my personas half the time. So I probably, like, my compendium was probably empty.
Damn.
And then, yeah, my one friend was like, so yeah, what's your favorite fused persona? And I was like, I didn't fuse any personas. What? How? How have you neglected a core gameplay mechanic?
Yeah, seriously. Since it's going to be a remake from the ground up, I may try to play Persona 4. I'm not going to put it on the top of my list, but yeah. Yeah, like I said, I want to play Golden first. Just so I'm able to, you know, experience it with the original voice cast before they all get replaced in the remake.
Yeah. That may be some time, but hey. Sorry, Wind Waker, for the 20th time.
Yeah.
All the more reason. We should focus on finishing this. What if the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves?
I still have Golden sitting in one of my drawers.
Hmm.
That's like playing GTA without shooting.
Well, I wouldn't call it a core gameplay mechanic, but it's something that's very strongly advised.
I'd say it's a pretty core game mechanic.
Considering how far I was able to get without a whole lot of struggle, strong obligation. It's better that I did, but I didn't have to. Just proves that I'm a pro gamer, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, it's like getting through Fire Emblem without potions.
I'm still salty about getting my PS Vita and copy of Persona 4
Oh,
Golden
yeah.
mere days before the PC port being announced.
Reminds me of when I was like, I'll hold out for Persona 5 Royal on Switch, and then, like, a year and a half or something passed, and then when I finally buy it, they're
It
like,
comes out on the Switch.
it comes out on Switch, and I was like, damn it, really?
And I was able to get it on the
Yeah.
Switch.
And it comes with all the
And
bells and whistles.
it comes with all it comes with all the DLC stuff.
Rub it in, why don't you? Anyway, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. So...
If it wasn't a statue that was tied to the arrows, then what did the crossbow launch? Sorry.
Remember earlier when I said on the right track?
Yeah. The fire.
Yeah.
Objection!
Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. Heh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor.
Finally, the two people playing this game are actually getting back to it instead of yapping.
I can see exactly what you're trying to say.
The only gripe I have with PS2 era Mega 10 is that when you fuse something, what the Persona demon gets is random, you can't choose it.
Oh, really?
Oh, damn.
Did not know that. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy. Down to the 3rd floor of the Balbese Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's primitive statue can be moved. Gravity can be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then what about Babal's primitive statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal. Going the opposite way of gravity, from the 3rd floor of the Bulby's embassy, up to the 5th floor of the Alabastion embassy. How do you explain that? Aha. I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick work. Very subtle, Edgeworth. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was employed to smuggle the Babal's Primadou statue.
Rotary motion, swinging motion, bungee motion. I wouldn't actually know this.
What did Edgeworth say earlier? About the gears turning. Just spell it out for us, why don't you?
There were...
You passed it a long time ago.
Oh, shit. How the gears?
Come on now, hun. How do gears work? Yeah,
Okay.
they spin.
Okay.
I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the 2 statues were transported simultaneously...
Not so fast!
Simultaneously? Get real! Those statues would collide somewhere along the way.
Objection!
Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the 2 offices?
Oh.
If you shot an arrow with 2 ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed.
Not so fast!
That took him a moment.
Just... Not so fast! You could see the dial-up going through his head. Lang Ji says, don't object and call a success what is beyond reasonability. Take into account the tension difference between the 2 wires. The top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway. Ah, you did use your brain on that one. Agent Lang, as you know, the Primadou statue is one-of-a-kind national treasure. And the fact that the wall statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it'd naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. G says, Nah! I know it said howl, but
Yeah.
here's what I believe happened.
Pulley system, yeah.
Miss Yu and a mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in 2 different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the 2 ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the 2 of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babol, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock, QED. Or Era Demonstrandum, I think is what that means.
This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer.
Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor. The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. Too bad we already had ice cream.
Pudding, yeah.
So, do you think you could do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there's no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there's one more piece of evidence. One more? This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor! God, how can Dave keep this up? It hurts.
I don't know, he's just that good.
Ooh. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it is right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible.
Man.
Yeah,
Take that!
because he'd also spin. Ha! Looks like he dropped another bomb on us again.
The last piece to the trick are 2 pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there's one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. Yeah! Yes. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up all this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set this up is a rather large and complex stage show. It needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastion and Bolby's offices, and that the Passion Flower's support stakes could be used as arrows.
Are we saying it's Ambassador Alba?
The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
You're not a wolf, man.
Wolves are cool.
Yeah. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here, this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum.
It is the Ambassador, isn't it?
It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. So, even though it seems like it's, obvious, we can't actually present a profile.
Yeah, not yet.
So, we basically have to... What's the connecting thread? Quite literally.
Connecting thread. Is it this?
Not quite.
Okay.
Well, think about it.
Was the guitar pick or something?
No.
Figured.
What did Von Karma say when she came into the room?
He was watering his flowers.
Yeah.
So it's the flowers?
Yeah.
Take that!
This smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Miss Monte Carlo didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that the both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person that had this very detailed information on the embassy's layout. For as you may have already guessed, the person I'm accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care.
Yeah.
Thus it can only be you, Kirkus Alba!
Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth?
Are you out of your gourd? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand your need to doubt me. However, there's one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? One single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
It's not very clear to me.
Admittedly, this isn't very obvious. It's the Ablaze statue.
Okay.
Take that!
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been in reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primadou statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primadou himself? Let's see. Ambassador will be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. So we got the hand, but that's not it.
Oh.
Shield, huh? There doesn't seem to be anything unusual.
I bet it's supposed to mean that the guy is protecting something.
I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it.
In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look at some other area.
His sword drawn like that, there's an aura of valor and bravery around King Primadou.
He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose with a shuriken or something.
I am seriously beginning to think that her real goal in her life is to become a ninja. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there isn't anything particularly odd about that sword, right? No, not really. I suppose we should... Oh, damn, no gnome. I suppose we should examine a different part of the statue now.
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador?
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at the area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right! Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction. What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles!
Alright, here goes. Oh! Printing plates.
Wow, it really did open up! Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. What in the... is this? Hey! Is this what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills!
Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Ablaze to begin with.
This was found from within the fake Primadou statue Alba smuggled into his country.
Man, if this was a real-life incident...
Jeez, yeah.
The fallout would be catastrophic.
Oh, yeah.
The Primadou statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. The replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Shina, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and...
Jeez.
And in order to frame the Steel Samurai of the murder, covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba? You're leader of the smuggling ring? My country is a mess, and it's all because of you?
You're the one who killed Damask II?
Answer us! Still love this Tell the Truth theme. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Just all the remixed music sounds so nice.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so crisp.
It's great.
Even in like the original, it's like, it's so crisp. It's not crackly through the DS microphone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that you would figure things out to be this level.
Out to this level.
To this level.
Mhm.
However, there's one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin.
Not so fast!
Quit screwing around! I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt on to a dead man. There's one thing I'm sure of. It's that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Alba. I almost said ling reader.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and it's the result of logic and investigation.
Logic and investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma.
Thank you.
When this guy calls you out.
Yeah,
man.
right.
I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
Get fucking dumped.
Yeah, seriously. When the villain has a good point.
Looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
Really now? Really now?
How did this guy pass police academy? I'd believe it more.
Oh my god!
I'd believe him more if, like, he was just playing dumb. I don't
think he's playing dumb. I think he is just dumb.
Also, it's just occurred to me, it almost looks like his eyebrow connects to his hairline.
Yeah, no, I've been noticing that for a while. You know, I don't think even Darnell Jones would let this guy pass in police academy.
How did he get so far?
Yeah, how
Like,
did he?
jeez. Like
Wow,
Christ.
his country's police force must not be very good if they let this guy on it.
You know what? So remember earlier when I was talking about the oversimplified history?
Yeah.
So part of that same episode was like the one guy was just like, "Hey, put on this badge. You're now my sheriff, and now that means you have complete authority in this like little like town, Providence territory, whatever."
Mhm.
And the guy was literally just some farmer that was just like, "Here, put this on." It's like, I feel like that's Lang.
Yep.
Just like, here you go.
Agent Lang, I demand an explanation!
Sorry, sis. Didn't mean to put you through all that.
Like hell you didn't!
I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
Oh, really now? Fucking... You did?
I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious.
I think you're talking out of your ass.
But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in and take another look around. So that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder.
No, I think he really was just accusing her. Because he's dumb.
Like, I think maybe that was on purpose. But man, they really don't communicate that.
No, they really don't.
Using Franziska as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have been given the okay to poke around. Besides, I'm pretty sure that's also potentially illegal.
So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and find us the truth. And help us find the truth.
Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you. Now, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor. Somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, then you'd be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in the prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him.
He's still a grade A idiot. I mean, he did have that badass moment where he seizes Sheena in spite of being shot. Well, like, yeah, that was cool, but...
Yeah, but he's still a grade A.
He's still a grade A idiot.
Because I think, like, literally, all he had to do was just be like, hey, Edgeworth, play along, wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey. Because, again, I just can't help but feel like maybe this isn't completely, totally, 100% illegal. Like, he literally could have caused an international incident.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm also not 100% convinced that he was doing this on purpose. that he was, you know, that he knew the whole time.
He's just filling in the blanks. It's like, I knew it was you all along, Franziska von Karma. No, it's this old guy. That's what I was planning all along. Bro thinks he's light when he's not even.
Bro thinks he's light Yagami.
Bro thinks he's light when he's not even Misa.
Okay, that was a good one. I'm so glad I showed you Death Note.
Oh shit. Ow, fuck.
You okay?
Yeah, my shoulder. Oh. Because of the yard work today. Had to wear that fucking leaf blower for like 2 hours straight.
Oh yeah, because he helped my dad with some yard work this morning.
Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me as the push all that guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. Doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
Proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ring. Let's somehow find that proof now, and see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? trump card on the videotape. Here's 2 items. You might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad. The police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Needless to say, cards are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. And by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. No longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? I want to pursue the truth. I will sully my hands in illegality. If I want to pursue justice, I will lose the truth. What is the law? What is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? Hey, name drop for the second game.
Wait, really?
I think it was called, like, the second game was called, like, Prosecutor's Path or something like that. Right, Prince?
That choice is one I must make by my own hand here and now.
Sorry, didn't read that.
So it's use or don't use. Use or don't use.
Uno momentum. You'll be given a choice, but you'll be forced to present them either way.
Okay.
So I guess go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
If they give you no option. There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. If a person goes beyond that limit, then the law, too, crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this.
Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card, used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that where that is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
Yatagarasu gave that to you. Oh, talks nonsense. Let's be serious, Mr. Eddie. Have any proof the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
Ah!
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
Card and the video. These 2 pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, very interesting. I must admit I'm very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you present.
Ray, the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time, now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
Aw, yeah.
I'm just gonna real quick read ahead. Oh boy, hold on a sec.
There's still a lot left. Ugh.
Oh.
We are definitely not finishing tonight.
Oh no.
What?
Hold on. Yeah. Oh lord. There's still basically a whole other investigation.
What
too.
the fuck?
Oh no. Oh my god.
What else would there be? What else would there be to investigate?
Alright, here we go.
Oh, what's this interesting thing that you wanted to show me?
Trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. This is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG-8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. The card in his hand.
Yeah.
Take that!
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand.
I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. That card and the one you have. Just because they look the same doesn't mean they are, does it now?
Ah, but there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Yep. Lip. A section of the text has been obscured by blood, but it's clear that the writing is Cadopia. According to Detective Bad, Silence CCU is what is written here, along with the method to be used and where she lived. The evil intent displayed in this writing will not go unpunished. So, yeah, it's the blood. It's dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment. It's an official Cadopian government vehicle. Huh? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. Zoom in. Enhance. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadopia.
What's that? Stuff.
Like a badge. But we have to present the card first. Oh yeah, the card in the breast pocket.
Take that!
Shape of this pocket, the directives card in front. Tells us that without a doubt, the person in the car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera, and with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in the car that day 10 years ago. Sorry, forgot. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day.
Was this guy trying to take shit?
Oh.
Oh god! What the fuck?
Should I keep his voice? Or should I change it?
I would change it.
Okay, you've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at the time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove.
No, it's not. The badge. The badge.
God damn. Kelsey, you know what this means?
What?
This means that even you're smarter than Lang.
Yeah. And I'm a dumbass.
How so? The Principality of Cordopia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist. Arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him. Yeah,
Take that!
What the? Ambassador Alba!
Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Cadopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Cadopia. Now I am the only one who owns this particular medal.
I went from generic old man voice to now Bane, apparently.
Yeah.
Batman.
In that case, the only person it could be who is sitting in the car is you.
How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the exact medal as the one on your chest.
What?
What the fuck is going on with his face there? Why is it? Why is it?
Oh my god. It's
What?
even like splitting and you can see his teeth. Oh, that's gruesome.
Why does his skin look like
Like cracked porcelain?
yeah, like cracked porcelain, like he's a porcelain doll or something?
You want to know what it is? Because he's a fucking tree.
What? You're not serious, are you?
I mean, like,
That or getting hit with dirty fireworks?
dirty fireworks?
What's
Wait,
dirty
what?
fireworks?
Well, okay, allow me to explain what I mean by he's a tree. Remember in his office he has all the plants and shit?
Yeah.
It's because he's supposed to be themed around a tree.
Oh. Okay.
And I think his name is like some type of tree or some shit.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm gonna have to definitely look into that. Anyway, this is how it will be, but it won't look back. Well, this is the path that I have chosen.
You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgewood. Why is he
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
That's almost looking impossible, isn't it?
It's almost looking possible.
Yeah.
For the lot of you to have come this far. It looks like I just might lose our little game this time.
There we go. Now I've really gotten into the Bane voice. There we go. I just have to remember.
Batman.
Vegeta, Planet Namek versus Kwee. What? Oh, wait. Okay, no, Dragon Ball. I get it. I remember.
Yeah.
Dirty Fireworks must have been the name of the attack.
I guess. Okay.
I'm assuming you might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador.
Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
Yeah, that was the attack name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It took me a bit. Which, again, is a still shorter amount of time that it took Lang to figure this out. This is the night where we all just gang up on him, I guess.
Yeah. You're going to confess?
And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the Damask 2 murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense.
You're claiming it was justified self-defense?
Damask 2 attacked me. I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
What a pathetic performance.
I'm not giving you the one.
Says I'm not giving you one.
Yeah.
You said I'm not giving you the one.
No, I definitely said you won.
But okay. Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence.
It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? If that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What?
I don't particularly want to show it off, but it is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man. Sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
But Damask II didn't have a single weapon on his body.
Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over, because I hid the weapon.
You hid it?
I'm sorry, but as you know, murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears.
It's covered in blood.
It was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears that was sitting in my office and attacked.
This voice. It's... I know that's what he sounds like. Like, and he's supposed to be scary and intimidating, but everybody's memed on it so much that it's just not.
So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
He has both the wound and the weapon that caused it. It's enough to declare it so.
Ambassador Alba claims it's proof he was stabbed by Damask II, so it was justified defense. No way!
Oh, which reminds me, I guess there's still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary doing. I had no knowledge it was going on.
Like, you can't read very well tonight either.
It's the voice.
Yeah.
It's the voice and Lang. I feel my IQ dropping to the single digits. Which is still a whole digit more than Lang. Anyway, stop spewing nonsense! You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Damask II was done in self-defense? In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive.
Perhaps so. You were my opponent in court. However, there's one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that? That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. I think I read that right.
Oh yes, that's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastrian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. Judgment of people who have confessed to their crime. That's the court's job.
Good. And I've already confessed all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective, even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts.
Arrogance in your expression. It's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands.
These crimes you speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is that you would change the backdrop of our little game.
2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. I have broken your back, Edgeworth.
Is there nothing we can do?
To be continued.
Damn. But mayhaps. No, not even mayhaps. Deathhaps. We're gonna have to save that for next time.
Okay.
Batman.
Batman.
Like, it's obviously not as exaggerated. And, like, yeah, you know, he was really good in that movie for what it's worth, right?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
But it's just not an intimidating voice.
Before we close for the evening, Rent a Girlfriend 380. I heard it ended.
What? Oh, wait.
Rent
So
a
wait,
Girlfriend. I heard.
380 is, I'm assuming, the chapter.
I'm guessing it would be the last chapter. Yeah. What happens? Because I've never watched it or read it, and I don't think I plan on it.
I have only heard bad things.
I've heard. Oh, she rejects him? Oh, damn. Yeah, I also heard that he spent, like, over. What was it, like? It's like $250,000 on her?
I don't know. Oh, there it is. So we'll have to watch that later.
Oh, yeah. Which is like, holy shit, man. Like, you were that down bad?
Listen.
Honestly, I think she made the right call rejecting him.
I only knew of this series through all the negativity that I hear about it.
Yeah, like, I've heard some positives, but it's easily outweighed by the negatives.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And, like, I mean, I will say one of the positive things about it is that the artwork is nice. But nice artwork doesn't save a terrible series.
Yeah.
The way she rejects him doesn't portray her any better. How does she reject him?
Excuse me while I just, drink. Just soothe my voice. There's only so many, like... You had 2 voices this entire session. I've had...
Basically saying she loves her job too much. God damn.
Like, 5 or 6.
So she likes being She likes being a rental girlfriend more than actually being in a relationship.
Weird choice, but okay.
That's definitely somebody who has commitment issues.
Weird flex, but okay.
I mean, like, hey, if she's getting that bank, I guess, but...
I'm assuming it pays well.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the amount of money she made from this guy alone. But, yeah, no, that's, wow, that's not a good way to end the series.
I wonder if the author knows. You know what I mean?
Well, from what I've heard, the author is so in love with his own character that it really seems like he was trying to sabotage his own series. Like the romance in his own series, just so he could have her all to himself. And he's married.
My guy, you're at the finish line. You don't need to go back.
It's like he just kept. I guess this was also him just sabotaging his own characters just so he could have his waifu all to himself, the waifu he created.
As opposed to his waifu and laifu.
Yeah, right.
Like, How does the wife feel about all this?
I have no clue.
Is she just like peering over and like, listening and watching him write this manga and just going, "Oh, it's okay as long as
Because like I saw that I've seen a video on this and he took like he took like a cardboard cutout of her on a date or something. I think that's what it was. Yeah, the author's kind of weird.
I'd be very concerned. Okay, let me just throw this out there, right? Let me just throw this out there. Hideo Kojima, pretty fucking weird, but he's a brilliant artist.
Yeah.
Fucking Yoko Taro, pretty fucking weird, but the man has some creativity. This guy? I think he's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's just weird.
You're married. If you were single, it's like,
I mean, it's still weird, but...
It's still weird, but at least it's like, well, I mean, there's the whole, like, parasocial aspect. It's not even parasocial.
Also, Fate... Fire Emblem. Oh my god. Fire Emblem Heroes summer units will be announced this weekend, Sunday, I think.
Yeah. Even though, I only know of 3 houses. Stuff.
Sorry, I play Fate Grand Order, so it's like...
You play Fate Grand Order and Nikkei.
Yeah.
Which, by the by...
what?
That new Senti skin, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Just...
Like, she's toned.
Yeah, like, I joked before, Prince, but you should totally join us in Nikkei. But I totally understand that it's like, I'm already playing one gacha. That's good enough for me. And you know what? That's basically my mentality too, so...
Yeah, don't be like me. Don't be like me.
Playing all the gachas.
I'm not even playing all of them.
Oh yeah, that's...
I stopped playing Genshin.
True, yeah, you stopped playing Genshin and
then I picked up Nikkei.
Yeah. And then you temporarily took a break from Fate.
Well, right? I'm back with that now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got into Honkai Star Wars.
I need to go back to it. I haven't gone back to it in a long time because I just haven't had the time.
And you played like 1 hour of Wuwa.
Yeah. I want to go back to that too. Because I guess that'll be my new Genshin.
Well, if it can run on this computer, then it can probably run on yours too.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely gonna... No, it definitely would run on mine. Maybe when Genshin reaches end of service, someone will put out an offline version or something.
Possibly. And with any luck, it'll just have basically everything unlocked and you don't have to worry about, the gacha parts.
Yeah. Although one of the bad things about Genshin is that they don't rerun events.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't play past story events, which sucks.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Especially because, like, there's kind of important story stuff in those events.
And it just gets completely skipped over?
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. And you can get weapons from those you can get some good weapons from those events, too.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
So Genshin has FOMO.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not good.
And I definitely missed out on quite a bit. That's probably why I'm hesitant to go back to it. Because then it's like, oh god, I missed out on so much.
I'm behind.
I'm so behind.
Well, maybe maybe it's for the best.
Yeah.
Maybe Genshin has just kind of reached the end of its lifespan for you.
Yeah. Which sucks, because... I like... There's few characters I really liked from it.
Ito.
Yeah. But...
Hey.
I mean, I can still enjoy those characters outside of the game.
True,
So.
true. For example, there's a wonderful website called Rule 34.
Yeah, but am I gonna find the characters, much of the characters that I like on there?
Do you even have to ask that question? But here you go. Am I going to find really tasteful lewds of the characters that I want? Yes. The answer is yes.
So it's not just all stuff of female characters?
No. I can guarantee you will find... I'm going to make a prediction right now, and then I'm going to actually look it up.
Okay.
I'm going to say Ito has at least 10K.
You're actually gonna look it up?
I'm taking the plunge for you. Don't say I don't ever do anything for you.
No, you do a lot for me. At work
shit.
For concert detail.
Yo, Tats, what's up?
Y'all are well. Yeah, we're doing well.
Have fun, man.
Have fun.
If you weren't busy with work, I actually have a question for you, but I'll have to save it for when you're not busy.
Yeah.
All right. Just for my sake, and I guess for the sake of this little experiment, what's his full name?
Arataki Ito.
Arataki Ito. This website is awkward about that. It wants you to put... No.
Is it Arataki? Yeah.
Would it go... There it is. Oh.
What is it?
Okay. Well...
How much?
Apparently, I was severely overestimating. He has 2,048 entries.
Yeah, I told you it's not gonna be a lot.
Well,
what about Child? He's a bit more popular.
3,588 entries.
Wow. What about Riceley? If you can, do you know how to spell the name?
Here. There it is. 1,722 entries. Why are you surprised?
Before you guys go
Like
watch the clip I just sent you, you will.
Yeah. Since we're basically at the end.
Wow, though.
Are you really that surprised, though?
I mean, I guess not, but like...
Like, yes, it's significantly less than all the female characters, but are you still surprised?
I'm just surprised that Ito and Child have more than Riceley.
Maybe he's... Well, Riceley's newer compared to those two, right?
Yeah.
Like, even if he's newer by a little bit, he's still somewhat newer, right?
Yeah, but I mean, look at him.
Quench thy thirst. And I get shit for being the degenerate.
I never said I wasn't.
Right, Mike, I can give you one other name.
Yeah, it's probably much stupid. Do something else.
Can I really see the options? Do I gotta commit?
I will just pick one for you, and you have no choice.
Alright, just lay it on.
Fucko.
All right, your name is Jelly Bean Starfish.
Oh, that's amazing! So much more appropriate.
Jelly Bean Starfish.
Jelly bean starfish.
Last time we saw a starfish. Thank God it was jelly bean and not chocolate.
I love jelly beans.
It's all right. Wow, I feel like a chocolate starfish would be quite a delectable treat. Let's continue.
Chocolate starfish?
Do you not know what? Okay, never
No,
mind.
what is it?
You know what? Not gonna explain it right now. Not gonna explain it right now.
Well, comparatively, Ripley has a lot more.
Ripley.
Ray Ripley has a lot more.
Than some
Then-
Genshin characters.
Oh, okay.
Which is also very surprising, considering she's a real-ass fucking person.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bit disturbing. Again, I think we've had this conversation. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't like when it's real people.
It's the South Park Yowie episode all over again.
Oh my god.
Except in their case, it would be real.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, we're real people. Stop.
Yeah. God, when I saw that episode, I was like, what the what the DeviantArt is going on here? I honestly, I sincerely think they got those fan art, all that fan art off of DeviantArt.
Probably. Reached out to the artist. Hey, do you mind if we borrow this?
I would not be surprised.
All right. Well, we had our fun tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. It has been fun. Excuse me. You know, when this all wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Well, in that regard, Jed, thank you for being the only person that we didn't have to delete messages for.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh dear.
Thank you for being
The
normal.
only sensible person.
Yeah, thank you for being sensible and normal.
God, well, so that's the YouTube side. On the Twitch side, we have Amatsu. Oh, hello, Jin. Okay, now we have 2 people. Yay,
Yeah,
great.
I mean, unfortunately, it's like the end of the stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry. We're wrapping it up there. So yes, Jen and June. Jed and June. Thank you for showing up, even if it was only for, like, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
It's already 11 o'clock, and we typically don't go too late with these streams.
Yeah.
For shame.
Yeah, because I'm not very good with sitting for really long, sitting and doing this for a really long time.
I am.
Yeah.
I've got buns of steel. Buns and ties. Anyway, so over on the Twitch side, Amatsu as again, I got Tats, Prince.
Yeah, have a good night, Jim.
Yeah, thank you for showing up.
Thank you, though.
Like just showing up is already like thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You know. So yeah, I got Tats, Amatsu, Prince. We had not sound alerts and not blurp. You guys don't count.
We had Jammer. We had
Signata. Mike, also
Mike,
known as 7-Bit Jinjos. And we had Ryan, Jonathan Mast, Onion Turtle.
Yep.
Yeah. And if anybody else was in here and if they were lurking, we appreciate the lurk as well.
Thank you.
Yep. Can't even scroll up far enough to see who else was in here. Because we had quite the busy chat on Twitch today.
Sometime, Nick, I'm going to have to carry you through some of the missions in the First Descendant.
I'd have to download it.
So is it a gacha game? Or...
I don't know. I don't actually know a lot about it. Is it gacha, or is it just kind of like you get the characters? Because if it's like, honestly, I wonder. Because Silent Vein Dave has been looking for probably a new, like, Destiny-like.
All you have to do
Destiny
is go through a little bit of the story, and then I will help you on your field missions and fighting some of the raid bosses.
Okay. But is it a gacha game, though, is the question.
Like, is it a gacha game, or...
Like, even if it's like, oh, just earn the materials, and then you could just buy whatever characters you want, because that's fine. I could do that.
Yeah, or if it's, like that.
Yeah, because I played a little bit of Warframe, and if it's like that, then it's like, oh, okay, then as long as the grind isn't too harsh.
I think Signata described it as Warframe, but with more ass and booba.
Yes, but I've also heard it described like Destiny. So maybe it's Destiny Warframe meets Nier Automata. 300k polygons. But anyway. Alright. Well, either way, Amatsu, keep me posted on that. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
But I've also got a whole lot on my plate because I have located potential employment
Yeah.
So I can stop hoarding onto all the money that I've been saving from the dual screens. So I can actually start spending it, which will make my accountant very happy. He's like, you gotta stop doing that. But anyway, I'll pay for an SSD because I have room for it. I want to download so many things, get back to a regular streaming schedule, because now I don't have to worry about so much crap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I have some form of stability in my life now, thank fuck. So yes, more frequent stream schedules. One of the games that I want to get into, Stellar Blade. And not 100% because I get the free Scarlet skin. Hey, at least not 100%. Until the Scarlet skin being given away for free was a thing, I really did want to play the game because it looked cool.
Yeah. It does look cool.
All right. Anyway, good night, y'all. I've
Have
yapped
a good
on
night,
enough.
everybody.
Yap. That's
Yap,
all
yap,
we
yap.
do. Alrighty then. Good night.
Good night.